What's up, YouTube? DeLorean fan back at you here, just breaking in the new camera. Decided to show you guys a little bit some other sides of me here, different things I collect. What's to follow is my collection of 1/18th scale die-cast models. Of course, most of you guys, by judging by my screen name, you can guess that I am a huge fan of cars. Definitely, dare I say, cars way above cards, to be honest with you, but I've made no secret of that. So, guys, what we got here is a kind of a motley assortment of what I've gathered over the years. You would floor you to what I paid for some of these, and would knock you clean on your ass even when you got back up as to what I could resell all this for. So, pretty a little bit of a surprise here and there when you think about what some of these resell for. But anyway, we'll just kind of fly through these. I won't talk too much about each one other than just the actual story that goes along with them. What you're looking at here is a TVR Speed 12, pretty rare exotic. It's British. It's a small company. This company is an actual car company owned by like a 20-year-old kid, if you can believe that. The model is really cool because if you press right here, that's how you get the doors open. It's kind of a trademark of this car from the company. The other ones, you push a little button hidden underneath the the mirror, and the door pops open. So that's really cool. That cost me an arm load back in the day. I gave my old man like $60 and said, "Don't come back without this model," and he came back with it, not a penny in change. So yeah, pretty pricey stuff. Next, moving on. Some of these are in the box, some of them are not. Just for ease of viewing. Wow, bad lighting for the lost, guys. Anyway, let me turn off this light. See if that does anything. Wow, not really, does it? Sorry, guys, I'm still trying to get used to this camera. This is a 66 GTO hardtop, 389 tri-power, 4-speed, as the old oldies song proclaims. Blood red interior, red line wheels, the whole deal here. For some of you other guys who know your automotive history would know that also my namesake, we would not have this without John DeLorean. So, and a lot of people credit the GTO for starting the whole muscle car area. Some argue, but others others know better, shall we say. Next, moving into more exotics, another British here, Aston Martin DB7. Man, let me turn the light back on. Jeez, I'm sorry, guys. The whole house itself is like poorly lit, so unless I did this during the day, it's just the way it's going to be. It's got the reverse opening hood, 12-cylinder engine. It's an amazing detail on some of these, as well as, the doors open. Some of these actually have full-on leather, tiny little leather seats, and then the wheels move, of course. So, I think that was a present from a girl, if I remember correctly. We'll leave that little story behind. Next, still love to have this car in real life. Mercedes-Benz S550. That's like the king daddy. I've sat in numerous of these. Long story short, it's like sitting in a limousine, front or back. The front seats almost go clear back, and then you got plenty of room in the back. It's like a limousine. Can't really get the architecture in there, but as you can imagine, a high-end $100,000 Mercedes, all the bells and whistles inside. Next, my one and only Hemi. I am a Mopar guy, although I definitely prefer Chevy, if you know the truck I drive. 1970 Dodge Challenger 426 Hemi, shaker hood. They made, boy, in real life, God, I can't remember, 1970, they made about, God, I don't remember, 30 or 40? No, 6, that's right. It's like 500 or 600 hardtop Hemis. The convertible is considerable less, especially in 71, when they made about only 14 of the Cudas. But that's a long, different story. So it's pretty sweet. And then, of course, the hood does open up and reveal the shaker. Got the infamous shaker hood there. A while ago when they brought back, like, what, 2003 or 4, when they brought back the Hemi for the Rams and the 300, so you couldn't even touch a Mopar at, like, Barrett Jacks for less than 6 figures, no matter what it was. Anyway, next, the concept version, the T-Bird, only lasted 3 or 4 years before they killed it. Great retro styling there. It is the convertible. That's the concept version, which only was a convertible, and then later came out with a hard top. Again, the engine compartment opens up and all that. Next, I've seen one of these in person. I'll never forget it to this day. Ferrari 550 Maranello in Des Moines, Iowa, of all places. Had Iowa State College license plate, so either they pay their deans very well or one hell of an alumni. Either way, would love to have the 575 Archetta, which is the convertible version. Next, recently defeated. This was an amazing technological feat in its day. In fact, hang on, guys. This has to come out. There's just no way around it. Just talk amongst yourselves. If I can get it out. There we go. King Daddy for like 12 or 14 years. Not only simultaneously the most expensive and the fastest accelerating, and yes, those are two different things. The McLaren F1 from 1993, powered by a BMW 12-cylinder straight out of the sedan, slightly modified. Can't really get the detail. Obviously, it would have been a little more expensive, but there is a. If this were real, that entire engine compartment would be a heat shield lined in 24 karat gold. Of course, you got the. If I can get them open. They do open, I don't remember. Somebody that I haven't, these things are so dusty, guys, that I haven't had these out in years, but anyway, the doors are kind of a open butterfly a la the Lamborghinis. 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, top speed of about 232 miles an hour. At 100 miles an hour, it accelerates harder and faster than an Indy car. Which means if you had an Indy race car doing 100 miles an hour next to this and you floored both of them, this car, the road car, would take off faster than the race car. That is just amazing. If you've ever heard the name or know your cars, that were just recently replaced by the Bugatti Veyron 16.4. So it's amazing how 12, 14 years later, and then you had to put in, that's a naturally aspirated engine. You had to do forced aspiration as well as 16 cylinders in order to defeat the 4 more cylinders, which is a hell of a feat. I won't take this out. It's just a concept. The GT90. I have heard tales some people were actually able to drive these. They call them a nightmare, hard to control, just a complete piece of crap. As most, you wouldn't believe how these multi-million-dollar concepts actually are virtually undrivable, and some don't even have an engine. So it was homologated to I believe clear back in 1990 as part of like an anniversary of Ford or something like that. But stunning car nonetheless. It was either this or a Mustang that one of the few they actually made actually caught fire and burnt to the ground and destroyed. So goodbye 7-figure price tag, one of one cars. Alright, guys. Alright, coming down to the last ones. These ones obviously are the best and or my favorites. They each have their own little individual story. So what I'm going to do is cut it here, guys. A little peek of what's to come, if you saw that up in the corner. And I will be right back. Alright, later, guys.